what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday. Sorry, I'm a mess. Don't mind me. So it is Sunday now. If you guys follow me on social media, you know that I was in the hospital this morning, and I'll get to that in just a second. But I just wanted to go back. On Wednesday was our last update, and that was the day that we had our ultrasound. We saw the 2 sacs in there, one that was not growing and one that was growing perfectly. And so at that point, we had kind of knew that we were probably going to be losing the smaller one. So on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I was in a really dark place, kind of just really feeling sad. I was feeling lost. And that was a legit thing for me to be feeling because, let's be honest, we put in 2 embryos. Those embryos are my babies. They are created. And to me, I felt like I had literally lost one of them. And that was a very hard thing for me. I know that everybody else kind of didn't really understand. I did have a really amazing support system that did reach out and said, your feelings are totally valid. We're going to surround you with love. And they did. And that was absolutely amazing. It is exactly what I needed. I needed my friends to pray with me. I needed my friends to send me their wishes. I needed them to validate my feelings. And they did, because really my feelings were valid. They still are valid. But there were a lot of people that, you know, didn't really understand why I was so upset, considering that we knew that one of them was doing just fine. So I can't really explain that. If you don't understand, I'm sorry that you don't understand. You know, I hate to say it, but figure it out, because loss is loss, whether it was 5 days old, 20 days old, 13 years old. Loss is a loss. And for me, knowing that I put 2 of my babies in and I'm only going to have one of them, that was a loss to me. So I was going through the grief process. I went through it, but I still didn't have the closure that I needed in order to move on. So this is basically how the last 24 hours of my life have played out. It is currently Sunday afternoon. Last night, usually my husband gives me my progesterone shot around like between 8 and 9 at night. And usually it's not horrible. I mean, a shot is a shot. They don't feel great, but they don't usually like really hurt. And last night, I don't know if the positioning was off or I was tilted a weird way. It's very hard to know, and there is no exact science to these shots, so you're just, you know, the general area it needs to be in, but that's about all you can really like know. It looks like what happened was my husband hit a nerve when he gave me the shot last night, and immediately from the moment it went in, I was in excruciating pain. And he asked if I wanted him to pull the shot back out. Of course, at that point, I'm like, hell no. Like, just do it. Like, it hurts so bad. I'm biting my pillow. I'm crying, and I don't cry very easily. I'm crying because it hurts so bad. And by the time he had pulled the needle out, I could barely breathe. And it wasn't because I was panicking. It was because the nerve that it had hit had caused my esophagus to constrict. So I was really scared, and we live so far out in the country that even if we had called 911 and the ambulance had come out, by the time they had gotten out to me, I mean, if it were really that bad, I would have already been gone. I would have already been gone. So luckily what happened was, as over the course of about 20-30 minutes, it kind of like, I was able to cough and cough and cough and cough, and eventually I was able to get enough oxygen that I was breathing, and so that was really good, but I was scared out of my mind. So that I was able to get back to the point where I was breathing well enough that my husband didn't feel like he needed to like rush me to the hospital. So I got back to breathing. I couldn't inhale deeply, otherwise I would probably have passed out, but I was still in a lot of pain. So once the breathing had normalized and I was able to drink some water and I was able to kind of like put a heating pad on my back, it had bled everywhere. We had to change bed sheets. It was so bad. So I was really scared at that point in time. And right as the breathing had started to normalize, all these cramps set in. And when I say cramps, you guys, I've given birth to 4 babies completely naturally. I know what cramps are, okay? I know what bad cramps are. And these were cramps that I had not felt before. And they were very, very scary. I got about 3 hours of sleep thanks to Ambien. But other than that, I was back up first thing in the morning. And honestly, I was still cramping. So I went to the bathroom and I thought, okay, maybe I just need to go to the bathroom. I did, but that wasn't the case. I was bleeding. And so I got very scared. Not in any of my pregnancies have I ever bled. That's not something that I'm used to. I don't bleed with implantation. I don't bleed for almost any reason. So that was very scary to me. That was a huge red flag. The cramping all night, the cramping in the morning, and now I'm bleeding. So I was really freaked out. That is so outside the realm of what I'm used to. So I gave a holler to my nurse and she called the doctor, and the doctor said, you need to go to the emergency room. Because obviously if you're losing one, there's a fear that the other one could go with it. And the hope was that my body would just absorb the other sac and we wouldn't have a big show about anything and it would just kind of go away. But I am not known to do anything that way. I don't ever do anything that my body is supposed to do. It always falls in that weird 1% of people that can't quite follow the rules. So we went straight to my in-laws' house, dropped my kids off, and then went to the emergency room. The first thing they did obviously was take blood, and then they said we need to do an ultrasound and see what's going on, see where this blood is coming from. And so they did. And as soon as she got the ultrasound machine set up and I was laying there, and I literally like opened one eye to look at the ultrasound machine because I'm thinking, I don't want to see this. You guys, I don't want to see this. This can't mean anything good. I'm losing everything. I can feel it. And so I opened my eye and I just see the most beautiful, perfect circular sac, and I can see the little baby moving around in there, and I'm going, oh my God, like it's okay. Like, it's okay. And I'm feeling this huge, like, wave of, oh my God. And she's like, do you see the heartbeat right there? And I was like, I do. And for me, that was a moment where I was like, oh, like I could have lost everything and it's still there. And it wants to be there, and it's growing, and she measured it, and it's perfectly on schedule. 7 weeks, 1 day is what it's measuring, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And you guys, this is my 5th pregnancy. Like, I've been up and down this road so many times, but for some reason, this time, it was just the best thing I had ever seen. And so I was happy at that point, so thankful. She looked around and the other sac was completely gone. So it looks like that's probably what I was passing, was the other one. And I felt this weird combination of relief and of pain, and I'm not sure which one out at that moment in time, because I still felt the hurt of, wow, it really is over with the second one. There's no way for it. Now it's completely gone. But then I also felt this like overwhelming sense of relief, because now I know that there is one baby in there. My rainbow baby is in there, and it's doing okay. It's doing great. It's growing the way it should, and its heart is beating the way it should, and it looks so amazing. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how flippin' amazing this baby looks to me right now. And so the ability for me to kind of let go of the one that we lost has been, I can't compare it to anything else. It's just this very weird sense of, now I can kind of see the future. Now I can kind of see this one beautiful baby, and you know how it's gonna be when I have another baby, and it's not 2, and that's okay. that is okay. You know, the human body has a way of sorting itself out. And sometimes I forget like how capable our bodies are. Like I feel like maybe my body knew that the second one maybe wasn't chromosomally correct, or maybe there was a reason that it's better for me to only have the one. And it's very clear that the one that's in there is so strong to withstand the other one leaving, to continue to grow, even though I have been, I don't even know, like I haven't been eating a whole lot, I've been feeling really sick. For all of that to work together, my body, I think really, I believe that it knew what it was doing, and God knew what he was doing, and everything just happened the way that it was supposed to. And it hurt, and it still hurts, but I'm there now. And I don't know how else to say that. I'm there now. I am ready to heal, and I am ready to move forward, and I am ready to embrace this rainbow that I get to keep. And that is the most settling feeling I could have right now. Knowing that through all of that, it stayed and it grew and it flourished, and knowing that I get to keep that one is huge. So right now, I am coming to this stage in this process where I can let go, and I can be totally with this one baby who's doing so amazing. So that is what happened. It's been a crazy flippin' ride the past couple days. I had no idea what I was in for. This has put me through a ringer that I can't even explain. But I have this feeling it's gonna be so, so, so worth it. And I am so excited now for this journey. And yeah, I'm there now. I'm there. So I go in again on Wednesday. They're gonna do yet another check just to make sure that everything is going really well. I think it probably will be. Hopefully, I pray that everything looks good. And I think it will. I've been very nauseous lately. By about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my stomach flips upside down and I really can't eat anything else. I've got heartburn, I have to sleep elevated. There's just a lot of symptoms that I am really excited to have. Yes, they suck, but it means that my body's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and for that, I am forever grateful. So that is where I'm at. I just wanted to give you guys that update. I hope everybody's doing well, that you are having a wonderful Labor Day weekend, and I will see you guys in the next update. Bye.